Hey everyone, I'm Kate Matthews and welcome to the Motherdrive. As you guys know, I host this podcast from my car, which is where I spend the most of my time as a mom. So this episode, we're going to talk about business, mom life, ADHD, and juggling it all. So get ready to be motivated and inspired. So today our guest is Hilary Krueger. Hilary, I said that correctly, right?
It's Krueger. It's Krueger.
Krueger.
Yeah, no, it's
Damn.
all good. It's okay. It looks like Krueger. I totally get it.
Krueger. There we go. Hilary Krueger. Right. Hilary runs a content and email marketing company that helps give boring businesses personality to drive relationships and sales. Hilary shows companies marketing is truly about opening a relationship and not about the sale. So she served over 1,000 clients and is helping them do just that. Additionally, she's also a Minnesota mom of 4 that is obsessed with the Green Bay Packers. So thank you for joining us today, Hilary. Welcome to the show. Let's get into it.
Yeah, cool. I'm excited. This is awesome. I'm in the car all the time anyways, except for right now. So we're so good.
Right. So you get it. So how'd you get started in your current business and what led you to making that decision to become your own gas boss?
So I've always I don't even know, felt like I was made for more. And that sounds super fluffy and cliche, but I mean, I got married really young. I was only 22 when I got married and had our first kid. And for about
oh my goodness.
Yeah. So for
But
my whole 20s, I was having babies and feeding babies. And so from 21 to 31, I had 5 pregnancies, 4 kids, nursing them all for a year plus some of them. So I was just a mom. If you looked up mom in the dictionary, it was me. That was me. But I was constantly listening to podcasts and reading books and wanting to start a business or do something from home. And I never really got into network marketing or anything like that. But I was always listening to self-development books late at night or folding clothes in the afternoon. And I thought that I had to start a business based upon my husband's skill set and what he was good at and what his degree is. So he is a behavioral analyst. In summary, he's a child psychologist. He writes behavioral treatment plans for kids with cognitive disabilities. He also additionally is a very good athlete. So he was making a run for the CrossFit Games. He's super athletic. Low-key, I'm pretty athletic too. But at the time, I was just having a bunch of babies and nursing, and my own fitness wasn't a priority. So I thought in order to start a business, it needed to be on the backs of what he was good at. Even though it was my dream and my passion to start a business, I had to convince him in a way we should open a gym. I listened to this podcast all around therapeutic fitness, kids with cognitive disabilities and movement. I was it's a blend of your 2 skill sets. Let's do it. I did all the marketing. We opened a gym. We opened an online coaching platform for parents of kids with disabilities that have behavioral issues. We did all of this, and he was very good at it. And I literally, all he had to do, and I say all he had to do, he did do a lot, but I would wake up in the morning, I would create the marketing plan. I would say, you need to post this type of content. You need to reply to these emails. You need to do this. I knew the value of content and email marketing from all the podcasts and books that I listened to. And both businesses were very, very successful. They grew rather quickly, the gym and then the online coaching platform. And then one day in June of, I think it was 2020, we had just found out we were pregnant with our 4th baby. We had just launched an online course. And he was like, Hilary, I'm not an online guy. I don't want to do this. And I was like, what the hell? You don't want to do this. I just grew these 2 businesses to, very successful 6-figure businesses in, less than a year. What do you mean you don't want to do this anymore? I was super mad. I went inside and I just made a post in a Facebook group. And I was like, I just want to help one person who wants to be online, who wants to run a business online. I know about content marketing. I know about email marketing. I know how to do this. And I put up a Google form thinking, if I just get one person who wants my help, where I can run all the back end marketing, just tell them what to do, how to tell the stories, whatever, I will be super happy. Well, I woke up the next morning and I had 52 people apply. And I was
That's
like,
what.
oh my gosh, what? 52 people? Because the reason why I had that many people apply is because I was, without knowing it, I was marketing my own business by documenting and telling the journey through my own social media. I talked about opening the gym. I talked about the podcast I was listening to. I talked about therapeutic fitness. I talked about the online course stuff, like with nothing to sell. I was just sharing and documenting it, which actually was marketing me to help other people do this because they were seeing my success. So I was
Yeah.
sharing and generating content for a business that I didn't even know existed yet. That's why I had so many people apply, because I was telling my story. So my business was born. I ended up doing some one-on-ones, marketing strategy. I ended up doing some small groups. I hosted a masterclass on story-driven email marketing. Like literally my business just took off from there. And it all stemmed from, I was always deemed an overshare on social media, and it all stemmed from me just feeling called to just share on social media with no intent. Just do it, and it paid off when I opened up my own business. And my husband works for a school district here in the Twin Cities, and he's very successful, and he likes working with all the kids, and he does like some data analytics too. So it literally all worked out. But it was tricky to put myself in the forefront at first, thinking, because I don't have a degree, who am I? And now I'm like, I don't have a degree. Yeah, that's me. I don't really care. I get
That's
people
also
results.
why you're good. That's also why you're good at what you're doing, because you're actually not, going through this process that's very cookie cutter, like a very like specific lens to view things. And you're viewing it in a very creative way, which offers a whole host of other perspectives, which is kind of, I believe, what people are looking for:
Yeah.
new, fresh perspective. Right. I, just a side note, I actually was like having this moment with my own personal business. Um, and I was talking to a girlfriend of mine, which is how I got introduced to you. And I was like saying, I just need someone who like can do this differently. Like I'm tired of seeing the same thing and I need to like find, and she was like, oh, I have just the person for you. And so she pulled you up. And that's how I found you. She was like, I love this girl. I love everything about her. I love everything that she has to say. And she's actually like a corporate, she brings like mindfulness into corporations. So it's really interesting business that she has. But side note, yeah, that's how I discovered you. Was like I was looking for different. I was like, I need someone, and who's got a different perspective, and that's how I found you. So it's like you are doing such a great job of like crafting your business to get it to the right people that makes sense for you. And I think um, that that you have a very unique perspective to offer on how to do that as a business, because I think a lot of businesses, they try to go after like everyone or whatever, um and I think that you sort of probably advise them on how to get the right people for them, right? Like that's my what I've gathered.
Yeah, yeah. It's so funny that you say that you said I want to do marketing different. Literally, that's the words on my website that everybody says, and it says marketing done different. Like I don't do what everybody else does. And I say that because that's literally what people search on TikTok, on Instagram, in SEO. That like, I want to do marketing different. I don't know what I
But
want
it's
something different.
also, you're more than that also, because like you are also sharing like so much about yourself that like you're you know your clients and potential clients connect with, right? Like there's like the ADHD aspect of you. There's the aspect of you that's a mother that's managing multitude of things at once, which I found very, very compelling story because I'm in my own situation like that, right? So I'm looking for someone who can show me, yeah, in fact, this is possible. You're showing me every day this is possible. I can do this too, right? Why not me, right? And so I think when you see yourself ultimately in the person that is marketing, then that's just super important when you find when you're looking to find a particular service, is just the reflection of yourself in
I
that
think
person.
it really stems from what I believe to be true is everybody is looking for marketing to be done different, but the difference is you. Like you are the marketing, you are the brand, no matter if you own a large corporation or you're a small business owner. What's going to set you apart from somebody else who does the exact same thing as you is your personal brand and your stories and your companies or businesses founder story and who you are and what you do and what you like and what you stand for and what you value, and some vulnerability there as well is what you feel like sharing, because people buy from people. They don't buy from a business. When you get pissed at Amazon, you get pissed at Jeff Bezos. When you get pissed at Walmart, you're mad at Walmart. You're not mad. Who's the owner of Walmart? I have no idea. I don't even know. So it's like
Yeah.
everybody knows who the owner of Tesla is. Like
Yeah.
everybody knows that. It's Elon Musk. Like everybody knows that he's a personality. It's the only brand that has a $0 ad spend on marketing because Elon is the brand. People know that he owns Tesla. So it's just when you pair a story with a company or a business, it's like that's bound to create feelings, which draws emotions that gets people to buy.
So any specific tip for like a mom just starting out her business and that she's just started her entrepreneurial journey, when she's posting content, what would be your specific tip to
So
that?
yeah, give me an idea of maybe somebody in your audience, like what their business is that they want to do.
So, I have a separate question that I want to ask you, but this I would say a mom with like a like a side hustle, like maybe she's crafting, maybe she's showing up to markets with her side business. What it could be jewelry, it could be, because I've seen a lot of moms that create from home and then go to markets and share their stuff. Like could be stuff that they've created to sell to children, or stuff that they've created to sell to other moms for like gifting or what have you, like a
Yeah.
craft, I would say.
I love this question and having it be niched in that aspect, because there's a lot of
Yeah.
people in that field. There's a lot of earring makers, jewelry makers, greeting cards, like wood signs, like whatever. There's a lot of
Yes, like
crafters out there.
Etsy.
Yeah, Etsy
Yeah.
sellers. And I love that. Like low key,
Hmm.
that's what I kind of wanted or thought I wanted to do when I got started. I was just like, oh, well, I went
Hmm.
to school for art and design. This is what I want to do. This is the biggest gap that I see in that. And there are people that do it really well. And there are 99% of people that just look like everybody else. And the difference is that the people who are really good sellers create from a place of who they are. So what I would do is I would start documenting and sharing your day, filtering it through the lens of what you do. So if you do like a my morning routine, if you sell earrings, like just place the earrings as you're putting them in your morning routine content. Don't be selling all the time. Don't be like, my earrings are on sale, get the discount code. Why don't you do a video of you creating the earrings, but telling a separate story? So, and then
Right.
that's when people are like, well, I'm nobody special. I don't have a story to tell. You do, though, because your boring, mundane story about your weekend is 100% relatable. Tell that
Yeah.
story unrelated to the earrings over top of creating the earrings. So I think that it's just this big disconnect between here's my product and people try to sell the product versus selling the offer. And the offer is different than the product. But when you create and build something, the offer is why they should buy from you, and why they should buy your earrings over somebody else's is because of you. There's like multiple people who show up at a craft fair, and a lot of times there will be one creator there that likely doesn't have the best product, but they are consistent with their marketing and they have a personality. Therefore, people buy from them. They do screen printed shirts. There's so many screen printed shirts online. The reason why people buy from a certain brand is like 1% of the aesthetics and 99% of their consistency and their content and their personality and how they show up.
Accurate. I've said that actually to people that I know that are crafters and work with Etsy, et cetera, et cetera. I've said like, sometimes there's no, like, has nothing to do with like the quality of the item. It has everything to do with like just how you share, just how you show up. Yeah. So that's so right. And I think people maybe, I don't know, and you see this, I'm not an expert, but like people might have a hard time making decisions about what to share and what, to show up, to continue to like be consistently in their business. I don't know, but that's probably a deep dive. So I want to ask you about if you have like core pillars in your business, and if you feel like being a mom has shaped those core pillars.
So when you say like core pillars, explain to me
Like,
how you envision like core pillars.
So I would envision like core pillars to be like the things that you are known for, like your things that are your secret sauces or your continued ideas that you build on, like that people know that they are coming to you for.
Yeah, I would say that they definitely come to me if they feel like they're stuck and they need to take action. They're like, I need somebody to push me off the diving board and make sure I don't drown instead of just learning. I make sure I do that. Email marketing, being a really good storyteller. If people are like, I don't know how to tell stories in my content, I don't know how to tell stories in my marketing, they need help with that. Definitely marketing with honesty in a way that's like, if you're thinking it, then just say it. I say that all the time. If you're thinking it, the person reading it or consuming it is also thinking it. So just say what they're thinking in your marketing. I definitely have a core pillar of just like, you are the brand, you are the marketing. So no matter how large your business is, storytelling is really important, and honestly remaining consistent. I know that we're maybe going to talk a little bit about that, but like consistency.
Yeah.
And Laura Belgray, she's a really big copywriter. Her name's Laura Belgray, and she talks about just slap that shit up. That's what she said.
Yeah.
She said just slap that shit up. You can refine it later, delete it later. That's if right. You want. Stop being a perfectionist. Just slap that shit up, refine it later, do it different if you want, but get it out there, because a lot of times speed wins. And if you overthink it, you'll never post it. And if you're waiting, you've waited too long.
Amen. 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 So we're going to talk about consistency in a moment, but first I just want to talk a little bit about gratitude and, how it impacts the mindset overall. What do you think that is the thing that you're like most grateful for in your business, where you're like, oh shit, well, I'm so grateful for that, because if that didn't happen, then I, wouldn't, my business wouldn't be here in this way.
Oh man, I mean, something that is like an intangible that hopefully never happens again, but was like COVID literally catapulted my business in a way that is unfathomable. Like, everybody wanted to be online and everybody wanted to market differently and everybody needed help. And it just like sped up my business from like 10 clients to like an influx of people. Like that
How the
was
hell did you manage it? How did you do it? Like,
I got a
sorry.
VA really, yeah, no, I got a VA really
Yeah.
quick. I now have like a really small team that helps me with things behind the scenes. I said no to a lot of things as well. And I made sure that I created kind of just like micro offers that helped larger amounts of people for less money to be able to get results quicker. Like that was really important to me too, because a lot of people didn't need one-on-one support. They were just like, how do I
Right.
email better? So then I just did a masterclass, or then I created a
Mhm.
course or things like that. So I think that that was how I managed a lot of things too, was creating micro offers right off the bat for the need that there was.
That's awesome. Okay, so talking about, okay, so I'm a mom with ADHD myself, and I also run a business. And my biggest struggle has been posting consistently. Like, what would you like? I want to set myself up for success, for daily posting this year. Are there, and for my listeners who, are also facing the same challenges, what would you say are specific strategies that you use to stay organized and like consistent
Yeah.
with your
So
posting?
it's not riveting. It's simply treat yourself as your number one client. Like before we recorded this morning, I posted a reel. I have like 3 clients work that I need to do, but I treated myself as my number one client first. I made a post, I posted on stories, and I started an email. I haven't done anything for clients yet, and it's 10:38 in the morning. I haven't even opened up Voxer. Treat yourself as your number one client and do a needle moving activity that's going to a money making activity before you do anything else. And when you own a small business, 9 times out of 10, that money making activity is showing up forward facing in your business, whether that's writing an email, showing up on TikTok, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, writing a blog post, responding back to emails, whatever a money making activity is in your business today. Do that first before you do anything for any other client
Mm-hmm.
or any other friends or anybody else. Another thing that I do to remain consistent is the consistency is built in the showing up in a way that feels comfortable for you or that you feel safe. So I share a lot of vulnerability, and that is fairly comfortable for me now. But a lot of times people see how I show up and they think they need to do it that way, and you don't. So I always say, if you're going to make a post today, filtering it through the lens of what you do, how would you want that to look, or what would you do? And then go and do that, because we need to like have that snowball effect. Like just start creating. Don't overthink the creating. I need to do a post on this. I need to add value here. I need to do education here. No,
Mm-hmm.
just show up. Today, my post was about being at a Packer game. Like that was my post today. I love the Green Bay Packers. That was my post. I don't
I
really
was
care.
at a football game. I was at the Jets this weekend. It was great.
Oh my gosh,
But
that's so fun. That's awesome. So that has
yeah.
nothing to do with marketing. Although there's a brand here in the Twin Cities that I want to help with their marketing, and it's called Fangirl, and they do like NFL gear. So I was like, oh, that'll be
I know Fangirl. I know Fangirl. I'll talk to you a little bit about it offline. But I also wanted to ask, so there's a couple more questions left, but one, I wanted to ask, what do you do to like for yourself every day to like fill your cup, but also like the other non-negotiables for people in your family? So like, what would you say for your kids is your non-negotiable with them every day, and also your husband?
Yeah, so something that is newer for me that I do every single day is I do work out every day, half hour, non-negotiable, whether that's in the morning. Today it's probably going to be later on this evening. That didn't used to be a thing. For like, I didn't work out for, I had like fitness trauma from owning a gym, so that's new.
Yeah.
I, you know, another thing that is a basic need is like eating breakfast. That is really important to me. As small business owners, as entrepreneurs, as moms, coffee is not a meal. I need to eat breakfast. That's really important to me. And my husband is actually really good at making sure I eat breakfast too. He's like, I'm making eggs. Do you want some? Like, that's a non-negotiable. And also, like I said, treating myself as my number one client, doing something for me, my business, before I do something for clients or anybody else. And honestly, if I only have an hour in my day to do something, I'm doing something for me. And my clients know that.
Yeah.
They know that. They absolutely know that. So, doing something for me. As far as my kids, I don't pull out my phone or do work in the morning, driving to school, eating breakfast in the morning time, anything like that. I drive my kids to school every single morning. I pick them up at school at 2:45 every day. So I do all of those things. I attend all of their sporting events. I don't miss because of work. I attend all of their sporting events. That's like super important to me. I'd say like my husband and I really enjoy going to sports together. We try to put all the kids to bed by 8 o'clock. So we have at least 2 hours at nighttime together to do whatever it is that we want to do.
Yeah.
The new thing that's coming is that my oldest is getting old enough to babysit. And so that's like a new thing. It's like, okay, now we can go and like play pickleball. We can go and do some more things now that we've unlocked this new level of age that our oldest can help babysit, which has been super, super nice. So, I mean,
that's honestly, epic.
All marriages have their issues and flaws and whatever, especially that we have 4 kids and we have something every single night. Our kids are very, and in my mind, that's the only way to be. I don't want them sitting around. So our kids are very involved. And it's really important. Like I am an over communicator. Like I am just constantly texting. I think that's what makes me good at my job. I'm an over communicator and I need words of affirmation. And I say that all the time. I'm like, tell me that you love me. We've been married for 11 years. Still tell me that all the time. Like I need that. So
I'm the exact same. I'm also words of affirmation.
Yeah. I'm actually, this is hilarious because we've been in therapy before and it's like they ask, what is your love language, whatever. And what's your partner's love language? Well, my husband's is acts of service and gifts.
My husband's is also.
Those are not mine at all. Well, I mean, I take that back. And then they asked what mine are and my husband said all of them.
That's so funny.
Well, Hilary's are all of them. And I just looked and I was like, that's accurate. That's true. I am a lot. It takes a special human being to be married to me because I literally want it all. Buy me gifts, tell me I'm great, clean something for me, buy me a coffee, you know, like hug me for an extended period of time, like all of them. It's me. That's me.
Yeah, no, I can connect with that a little bit too, for sure. But definitely like the words of affirmation. Oh my goodness. And my husband is super acts of service. Like that is it. Like he doesn't care about anything else other than you better show up with the action. And he loves like an action plan. Yeah, for sure. So I can definitely.
Yesterday, I invited my husband to come to a coffee shop with me. I was like, why don't you just come here to the coffee shop? Because I like quality time also. So yes, all of them. And he was like, oh, I'm just going to stay back home and fold laundry between my meetings. And I was like, see, this is classic. You think that folding laundry matters to me in the middle of the day, but I don't give a F. Come to the coffee shop with me, bro.
I hear that. Yeah. Okay. What I wanted to ask you, program for 2024. Is there anything you are really excited about, a program you're going to offer for 2024?
Oh my gosh, there's one that I am doing partnered with somebody, and it's with 3-month-long plan for your content and your email, like all organic marketing for launching something. It's going to be really low ticket, and it's all email templates from me. There's going to be a live teaching from me, and the other woman, her name is Abigail Pugh. I don't know if anybody of your followers know her, but she's amazing. And her and I are partnering together. She was just do you know Stan, like the Stan store?
No. Oh yeah. Yes, I do.
Yeah. So she was their number one creator. She was just named their number one creator this year. So really, really cool. I'm super happy for her. She was a client of mine. She still is. She's a client of mine, but also a good friend. So we're doing a combined program. I think it's going to be the end of February. We're doing that. I have like an email marketing 101 that I'm running again in February. I had all my lovely names back there. I think I had over 100 people sign up. So I'm running that live again. I'm just really focusing on more micro offers that are really easy for startup businesses or small businesses that need more email marketing, story-driven email marketing, and content marketing in their business, because I have no capacity really to take one-on-one right now. All of my one-on-ones are pretty higher level businesses and corporations, but I don't want that to be my only thing. Like I want to be able to help people as well. I do have a small, I call it like a marketing collective, where I usually take like 6 to 8 people in that middle range. Like if you're making anywhere between like 50,000 and like 250,000 in your business, I do have a marketing collective that I'm probably going to run again. Right now I have 8 people in, but I don't know when that's going to be. I should probably get that wait list up. I keep meaning to do that.
It's fine. It'll get up there.
Yeah.
Okay. One last thing. What's the best piece of business advice that you've ever gotten, do you think?
Oh my gosh. I feel like I already said it. It was just slap that shit up.
That's great. I love it. Short and sweet.
I literally feel like stop overthinking. Just slap that shit up. You can redo it. You can edit it. You can take it down. You can refine it. You can whatever. Just get it out there. Stop overthinking.
Yeah. That's right. So before we go, if our listeners want to touch base with you and reach out to you, what's the best way to connect?
Yeah. So on Instagram, I'm at Hilary Krueger, but it looks like Krueger, 1L. On TikTok, I'm Honest CEO Hilary. And my website is hilarykrieger.com. I would say those are like the 3 easiest ways to find me. And if you live in Minneapolis, St. Paul, I'm like, always open to meeting up for coffee.
Awesome. We'll put it in the in below anyways. And this will be up on YouTube and Spotify as well. And I think we're in the process of posting on Amazon as well. So we're in that's in the works. Yeah, doing the podcast through there. So yeah, very exciting. But thank you so much for sitting with me. I really appreciate it. And just keep on kicking ass.
Yeah, well, we'll connect too. We'll connect more too. I'm sure it's not goodbye. We'll chat more.
No, for sure. Let me just I'll shut off the recording. So bye everybody.